So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our series of planets through Navamsa Chart in Vedic Astrology. And in this particular video, let's try to understand Venus placement in the 4th house of your D-9 chart and what are going to be the positive and the negative results that are particularly associated with this planet. Let's try to understand in this video. See, before directly jumping into the D9 chart, you just need to, the first step is to analyze Venus placement in the D1 chart. But the Venus in the 4th house of the D9 tend to increase the comforts of the person. But this is going to be a very challenging placement because as soon as the Venus is increasing that level of comfort in your life, there is going to be slight discomforts that are also coming from different variety of angles in your life. It may be the comfort from the home life is getting increased. So discomfort from the career and relationships are going to be there. If you are going to be becoming more comfortable in some other aspect of the life, maybe monetary wise, so discomforts are going to be in some other areas. Venus in the 4th house is not going to gel very much with the energy of this particular area. Because specifically if you look from the 7th house of the D9 chart, this 4th house is actually becoming the house of profession of your spouse and the life partner. That is actually going 10 places away. And if any planet is actually in the 4th house and the planet like Venus, this have the capacity to make both of you a very professionally oriented personalities. Because Venus is also going to have certain level of goals. And these are going to be the materialistic goals that are actually present inside these people. And that thriving factor is also going to get enhanced as soon as these people are getting married. So when both of you are having that goals in your life, so this is actually help you to enhance the materialistic desires. Now as soon as these desires are getting high, the other things are actually getting decreased with this Venus placement. So this is not going to be a very extreme placement where you are going into the extreme side of the life. It becomes very important for you to balance out both the aspects with this Venus placement. Apart from this, one more thing, if Venus is severely afflicted in the D9 chart, affliction to Venus is with either Rahu, even Ketu, even in the sign of Scorpio and in the sign of Aquarius. These four are the afflictions. Now, don't take it in the extreme negative side if Venus is in conjunction with Rahu Ketu or if it is posited in the sign of Scorpio or in the sign of Aquarius. There is actually going to be a lot of breakups happening in the initial stages of the life. Or there are going to be certain scenarios where you are going to experience one-sided love, totally one-sided. But in the later stages of the life, this Venus have the capacity to look into the relationships from more spiritual angle. Venus in the 4th is not going to be a very love kind of a placement. Although initially they require all that things because Venus is the kark of desires actually. Venus have the capacity to give you desires to be with someone. So that kind of a desires are there. But in these elements particularly, it become very, very difficult for you to carry forward one desire for longer duration of time. Then this is going to give you a lot of breakups actually. Lot of breakups. And over mastery with the passage of time, slowly, when you are going to go towards specifically excess maturity, that is the age of 42. That is where you are going to have a totally different perspective. And before the age of 42, there is going to be a totally different perspective. In my personal consultations, I have seen many ladies as well as many males also with this Venus in the 4th house. So before the age of 42, they are going to live a totally different life. And only when the axis, Rahu axis will start maturing at 42, that is where the transformations, positive transformations in the relationship is going to be seen in their horoscope. One more interesting thing, 4th house will also help you to connect with your adhyatmic goals as well. Adhyatmic means the spiritualistic goals in your life. Because Venus in the 4th house tend to lack some discipline. This is not that kind of energy that is totally devoted towards like doing more work, earning more money, then going to the top rank and this kind of a thing. Although depending upon the D1 chart, results might going to differ, but Venus is not actually that energy. who just want to spend or become like ultra focus into the only one direction. On the other hand, malefics like Saturn, Mars, they tend to become very ultra focus when they specifically come in contact with the 4th house. So their rest areas are not going to be there. Venus is the planet that actually have the capacity to hold things together. No matter how hard you try to become rational decision maker with this Venus placement, rational decision making mean only thinking about one direction of the life. Like you're only thinking, okay, my career is important and relationships are not important. Or you are thinking only my family is important, my career is not important. So Venus tend to feel that kind of a factor of dharam sankat, or that mental confusion is in the 4th house, because its energy is very like congealed kind of energy that is asking you to either choose this direction or choose that direction. Now Venus is not that kind of a planet that is going to let go all the things very easily and only going to become focused and then start moving in that direction. Because in very common word, Venus represents the pleasures of the life, that is the beauty, that's not actually rushing towards like winning or in going into the competition. Venus is more actually taking things slow. Venus is that is actually going to appreciate the beauty of the thing, going to appreciate the art as well. These people, when they go into relationship, they tend to appreciate each and every moment. So Venus want to go slow. Its energy want to enjoy everything. Where 4th house is not actually that house where you have the capacity to enjoy or take things very slowly and slowly. That is where I told you, like as soon as the comfort level is increasing with this Venus, there are going to be discomforts coming from variety of angles. So this is going to be a bit disbalanced kind of a placement. Apart from this, one more thing. If for example Venus is exalted in the sign of Pisces, or if it is posited in the sign of Libra, or even in the sign of Taurus, having any sort of conjunction with planets like Jupiter and even planet Moon, now this is going to be again a very spiritual combination. These people actually have the capacity, I'm talking about career here, to make their career into the field of healing industry, because Venus have the capacity to understand the pain of other people. They have that big heart inside them, and they want to actually engage with the world. This is not a completely disengaged Venus. Even it become very difficult with this Venus to actually work under someone else, or where there is a lot of technicality involved. If you are a trader, share market expert with this Venus placement, so you are that kind of a person who is going to go more with the market sentiment rather than what graph is showing actually. So this is not an analytical side. Technical skills will not help you with this Venus. Technicality will not be able to take you much further, no matter your education. Maybe you have pursued your degree in some mechanical or some other engineering or this thing. Venus is not that kind of a planet. Venus don't want to go into that core technical side. Venus need to have some sort of engagement, some emotional engagement, where Venus is listening to other people's emotions, sharing emotions. Or if you are working on a very large scale actually. Large scale mean where your one invention is going to impact millions of thousands of people. That is where Venus will totally comfortable. Like now I'm going to working on that kind of a thing where this is going to create some impact. So Venus is looking for that impact to create in this world. Specifically in the signs which I have told you. Venus don't want to go into the much technicality. Even if you have pursued education in technical, right now you are working in technical, this is not going to give you that satisfaction part. Internal satisfaction with Venus only going to come if you are following the passion, or if you are involved in some kind of a thing where there is engagement. Human emotional engagement is there. Now it may be, suppose you have a degree of maybe artificial intelligence or some robotics, machine learning. Now as soon as you connect emotional side with artificial intelligence, that is where this Venus tend to feel comfortable. But on the other hand, if you are only coding, Venus will not have that energy. Similarly with I told you share market, Venus is not a technical. Venus don't want to go by the numbers. Like what graph is showing, Venus is not that analytical energy. Venus is more of a projection, or actually tending to connect the missing dots. So Venus have that overall aspect to look into the bigger picture rather than looking into the smaller picture. And that is where in your love companionships also, if you are like right now looking for a partner with this Venus, you need to actually, because this Venus is going to have a very broader view, okay? Because Venus have actually lot of experience in this fourth house. Now, if you are having that broader view towards the every part of the life, now for example, now you want to go with that person that is going to even get upset by just a minimalistic mistake which you are going to do. Do you think that relationship is going to be there? Or maybe your partner is going to criticize you over the smallest thing. Just a small, tiny, little mistake you have committed and that partner is going to criticize. So Venus is that aura kind of energy. This is a big energy. So Venus in the compatibility side also, you need to go with more of a people that are actually looking love from the spiritual angles. Or if they are having Venus specifically with the fire tattva, elements of fire, like the Leo, the Sagittarius or the sign of Aries. Although Venus don't tend to feel comfortable in these energy, but one must need to have these energies in order to mix with the another energies of Venus. Like if, for example, Libra want to match your Venus Libra, then Venus in Leo, that energy is going to match properly. In this way, that matchmaking part is also going to be very helpful if you want to understand your karma's connectivity and all that kind of a thing. But overall, this is a very disbalanced placement. You need to balance the aspects with this Venus. I request you one very important thing. If you are watching this video, look into your D-9 chart, pick the houses, the zodiac signs which are controlled by Venus, the sign of Taurus and Libra in the D-9 chart. And these areas of your life are going to be getting impacted at the age of 32, 28, even 36. 28, 32 and 36, these are going to be the transformational areas. If for example you are a maybe Aries ascendant, so the sign of Libra is in the 7th house of the D1 and Taurus is in the 2nd house. Now it means at the age of 28, 32 and 36, these houses are getting activated. If you are not married right now, you are 28. So 28 is the triggering point. Similarly with 32 is also the triggering point where that impact is there. Right now you are facing severe amount of losses. Wait until 32 is going to hit. That is where that energy of Venus is getting more activated. So in this way you can relate all the results of this Venus and overall chart necessaries. Yes, absolutely very necessary. But I hope you have found some deep insights in this video with me. Now, if you are having any queries, any consultations, feel free to contact me at my email ID. You can also check the link in description section below. And thank you so much for providing me this platform. You can please subscribe my YouTube channel and make sure to hit the like button. And do mention below the comments. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. I will try my best to sum up or finish this series as soon as possible, because I have many other pending series also. So sometime when I start one series, I think, okay, let me complete it. Then what I do, I add some more videos from some different series. So I will think, okay, let me finish that part. So till then, please take care of yourself and Hare Krishna. Bye-bye.